wow, this is a game changer. At the end of weeks and months of exploring, I was achieving unbelievably good results. If there's a way to make this faster, better, and cheaper, then this is a game changer for a lot of people. I don't know how many millions and millions of YouTubers are out there, but this is a problem that everybody has. Obviously, you can have a budget like Mr. Beast that you pay a designer, or I listened to a podcast the other day and he has probably a dozen of designers, like a crazy number. These are all full-time on creating thumbnails for Mr. Beast. And what if there is a way to create that level of thumbnail, but just with AI?
Hey everybody, what's going on? Joel Irway here, and welcome to another very special episode of Experts Unleashed. I'm super excited for our guest today, Simone Ferretti, who's a video creator with over 1 million followers across social media, who's published a bunch of courses. I discovered him through his course on AI thumbnails and creating content through AI thumbnails, which is really, really cool. He has other courses on home studio setups for creators and a whole lot more. So I'm excited for our conversation in just 1 minute. Now, before we dive in, this episode is brought to you by GetInspired.app. Have you ever seen a great ad or piece of content from your favorite creator and wish you could have your own unique version of it for your brand? Well, now you can. Inspired is an AI browser extension that can take winning ads and content and adapt them to your offer and messaging in just 2 clicks. Transform your favorite content for your own brand right now and grab a 14-day free trial at GetInspired.app. Simone, great to have you, man.
Hi, Joel. Thanks a lot for having me. I'm excited for our conversation.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun here today. So we chatted before we hopped on this episode, but I reached out to you because I discovered you through your AI thumbnail course, which was really unique. Obviously, AI's been very, very popular for the past 2 years now. And so I'm always in tune and I'm always interested in how people are leveraging AI to help, produce more content, produce more engaging content, and ultimately get more growth. So before we kind of dive into all that, can you just give our listeners a quick, maybe 30-second background about yourself, and then we'll dive right in.
All right, so let's try to make it quick. I started as a videographer. I was just passionate about making videos when I was, 15, 17, 18. Then I kind of put it aside until I moved to Hong Kong in 2017 after 2 years since I graduated from high school. And there I started basically doing videos just with my phone for fun. I was posting them on Facebook, and then slowly I started getting requests from just friends to just make simple videos for restaurants, for gyms and stuff like that. Then it became basically like a part-time job. So I was getting paid also to make videos. I started buying my first camera and so on and so forth. Then I moved to London, where I started university a little bit later than the normal, let's say. Then lockdown happened. And when I was at home studying, I had like a lot of time. So I decided to pick like my camera back and like try to make more videos, more content on what I knew about videography. So I started posting on TikTok for quite a few months, nonstop, 3 videos a day. And then it exploded before, I think in 4 months, it kind of exploded. And then since then, I've been basically like a full-time content creator. So it's been now almost 5 years and it's been absolutely amazing.
Why video? Like what specifically drove you towards video? Have you always had a passion for it, or was there something unique about it? I'm just kind of curious. Why did you focus specifically on video?
So 2 things. I became passionate about video because when my dad turned 40, and I think I was maybe I was 10 years old or something like that, or maybe 8, I just put together with iMovie a bunch of images and a soundtrack in the background. And when I was making this video with just images, animated with zoom in and zoom out and this music, it was just like, I was crying all the time when I was making that video. And obviously when I showed it to my family and like to my dad for the birthday, we all cried. And it was just like, wow, this is so powerful. It was just incredible. From that moment on, I started getting into video a little bit more, with my first GoPro and just doing absolutely random videos. But it was just a side thing, side passion. Never really put too much effort into it. But then when I moved to Hong Kong, I noticed that people on the tube in Hong Kong, on the subway, they have access to data. And you could see that every single person was on their phone. So I'm like, wow. Now it's not anymore about the print, like the normal traditional kind of advertised me is all about being on the phone. So that was 2017, before even TikTok was a thing. So I started proposing brands and like small shops, again, restaurants and like these gyms, to make 3 videos of 20 seconds each rather than 1 minute brand presentation. So that
Hmm.
was like my core offer when I started being like a part-time videographer. And obviously it became like extremely popular. And little did I know that I was preparing for what was to come with TikTok.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the 2 moments where I was like, I love video.
So I think what you're saying, Simone, is you created TikTok, correct? Like you.
Listen, I don't know, but I surely had the vision. Like at the beginning, it was incredible, and now thinking about that is like amazing. Yeah.
So, okay, pre-TikTok days, this is fascinating. How did you have to change your thinking from, 1-minute brand presentations to, because this wasn't mainstream, this wasn't like shorts and reels and all these things, in 2017. So, how did you have to rethink your, production and scripting and messaging for this type of
For me,
content?
for me, the main thing was that if I make one video for that restaurant will post that video and then will be gone forever because it's one off. And then maybe they paid me, I don't remember how much. Let's say $200 for one video, and then it's gone. Let's say forever, because obviously you can repost it in 6 months' time. But then, what if with the same amount of money, maybe you can create 3 videos so that you have maybe one video a week, and then you focus on one service per video. So I remember doing with this restaurant, one was a cocktail, one was a dish, and one was about the environment. So in that way, you could focus your messaging with 3 different distinct
Mm,
product rather than having everything in one video where maybe people would not watch until the end. So they would never see the third element. So that was like my way of thinking. And in terms of like pre-production and production, it was like pretty much similar than making a 1 minute video. But then in the editing, obviously you needed only to focus on cocktail, plate, and environment.
yeah. Makes sense. So, out of curiosity, like when TikTok and all the short form content started to come to mainstream, did that excite you or make you, I don't want to say nervous, but did it concern you or did it excite you? Meaning, like, oh, wow, like, you know, this is now becoming more popular. This is now becoming more mainstream because for me personally, TikTok terrifies me. Like, it's just, I was on it for all of one day and I had to delete the app because I'm like, my brain hurts. Like, it was just so much. But I know that's that's where we're at right now. That's what people consume. So, what was your initial thoughts when short form content became mainstream?
I tell you what, I remember this moment very clearly because we were on the sofa during lockdown with my girlfriend. My girlfriend was watching this TikTok app, which I didn't know it even
Yep.
existed. And she was literally wasting 2 hours every evening just scrolling and watching cats video and people doing stupid stuff. And I'm like, bro, you need to delete this app right now. Otherwise, it's not gonna go well for us.
Yeah.
And then I was following a photographer from Italy that was posting his progress on TikTok. He just downloaded the app, and then within 2 weeks or like 1 month, I don't even remember the exact timing, but we're talking about very short amount of time. He gained like 50,000 followers. And then I was like, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, we're onto something. And we're talking about March 2020.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, and I'm like, bro, this is my chance. Maybe I can make it. I can make it as well because I have so much time. I was studying university, but everything was online, and I just had so much time, and I had the knowledge from being a videographer before, and also how to make sure videos. So it's like, this is my chance. I need to do it. So I decided to give myself a 3 month where I would not even think whether I would make 3 videos a day or not. For me, was like mandatory. You have to make 3 videos a day for 3 months, no matter what, and then you're going to decide whether this thing is for you, it can work or not. So I gave myself that time frame, and obviously it was like up and down, and it took like a few days obviously to pick up any views, and then a couple of months because before I could see like maybe one video going to 3K 4K views, but then after at the end of the 3 month I had a few going over 10K or 20K views or something like that. So then it was like, okay, I'm gonna keep going and I'm gonna see how it goes after the summer or something like that. And obviously one video I think in July 2020 went like to 6 million views in 2 nights, and I gained 80,000 followers in 2 days. So you can understand that from that moment on, I was like so pumped, and I never stopped.
So, what was the viral video? What was the one that took off?
It's actually very interesting, and we can talk about this. But basically, was I used to be for a year. I used to be a professional model. I tried to enter the fashion world, and I didn't like, so I stopped quite early because I knew also how to be in front of the camera and not only behind the camera. I was teaching people also how to pose a little bit, and that
Hmm.
video was how to create dynamic photos. So basically, you're simulating a step, but you're not actually doing the step. So you go back and forth with like 1 foot up, 1 foot down, and that's like how you create like this dynamic photo, and that video went crazy viral. Yeah.
That's wild. So you were doing it was a demonstration style video, right? So like giving
Yeah.
them something that they can take away, like they can do it themselves. They can take action, they can learn something from it. So have you found that's a pretty common trend of one good way to potentially find a big winner is like give them some sort of value or do some sort of
Yeah,
demonstration?
for me, like content must provide value, and for me, the easiest way to provide value is education. So you
Yeah.
just try to teach whatever you know to somebody that is just one step behind you. So I think that's for me the key that brought me where I am today, and also I'm trying to help other people get to this point, be like a full-time content creator. And I think the education side is the best way, because for me, I'm not a funny guy. I don't have any entertainment skills. So it's more about I love to learn, and because I know that for sure for any topic there will be something slight behind, like slight one step behind me, then I want to teach that person what I know now so that is faster for him. It makes me happy because I also had like a parenthesis as a swimming instructor and personal trainer. Actually, when I was in Hong Kong, I was a personal trainer for 3 years, and I loved so much teaching other people and seeing them happy and like progressing in their life and their career and with their body and with their like ability to swim. And that's like that's the fuel for me today. Even with courses, that's like my number one priority, just helping people improve in whatever we're doing. And right now is photography, content creation, AI content, and stuff like that.
Is the type of content that you produce on each platform very similar, or do they have their own nuances? Like Instagram likes this type of short form video content, TikTok likes this, any other platforms that you're on. Is it all very similar, or do you have to make unique content for each platform?
I used to go very strong on TikTok, and then it's been, I think, maybe 16 months or like a couple of years that I don't really post on TikTok anymore. I don't really care about TikTok because I can see now with experience that it's not really commercially viable for brands. It's good to have, the number of followers that I have there, but the views are so unbelievably inconsistent that brands don't want to spend a few thousand on a post, then we'll do 1,000 views or 2,000 views. So I kind of abandoned TikTok because I think it requires a different style than Instagram. And because I don't have time to remake the same video in 4 different versions, I just focus on Instagram right now and YouTube, and then my courses with like long form content, let's say.
So let's transition now to AI, because that was how I initially got exposed to you, was leveraging AI to create really compelling thumbnails. When did you start seriously messing around with AI in your business? I don't know if you use AI for video production at all, or if it's mainly just static images. Bring me up to speed with kind of like your belief around AI and for content creators. And I would love to maybe have a discussion around that.
Well, for me, AI is the big pillar. Reason being because I think AI is meant to stay. It's not a wave. It's not like the NFTs wave where they disappeared and then I hope they're never going to be back, because I hated that NFT world in general because it made
Agreed.
no sense to me. But AI, it's just going to add value to companies, to people, to the world in general. And for me, it's just like I can see that it's already gigantic, but I could see it already before. This like, this is incredible. Since ChatGPT came out, I was blown away. So I started using ChatGPT since, I wouldn't say day one, but definitely month
Yeah.
one or month two. And since then, I've been using it a lot and just trying to explore the possibilities. And the more I explore, the more I'm like literally blown away. So for me, I'm pretty sure that AI is going to make a lot of millionaires and billionaires, and I want to ride that wave because I'm 100% sure that it's not going to disappear, but it's just going to get crazier and crazier and crazier. And it's going to disrupt a lot of industries, I believe, especially maybe ours with content creation. But I want to make sure to try to use it as an advantage and not be like a victim of AI. So that's why I decided to embrace it as much as I can with my business, with my content. We're now going to have a new channel completely AI generated. So we created my own avatar. So it's not going to be me actually speaking. It's not going to be me reading a script, but it's going to be fully made by AI. I'm just so excited for this wave.
It's going to be video? You're saying it's a video channel, correct?
Yeah. It's
Oh
gonna be
man.
another Instagram channel only AI focused, where it's not actually me again. It's gonna be my AI avatar speaking, and yeah, it's just so cool.
It's wild, man. When I saw your ad for the AI powered thumbnail creation, and what got me super intrigued and interested in why I ended up purchasing it was because it was using your own personal face, right? And using AI to make adjustments and create new iterations and new versions without it really looking like AI. So I don't know if I'm doing a great job of explaining it, but like that has a very, very strong use case because you can go to Midjourney or any of the other image creation solvers and just, or even ChatGPT now, and you can type in, hey, create an image, right? I do this game with my kids all the time. Like they love creating cartoon images. Like we type in these random prompts and like we have so much fun with it. But a lot of it is clearly AI. And so what I was really excited about yours was like, okay, especially for creators, you can take your photo of yourself or like any number of photos and then make some unique alterations to get that catchy thumbnail, which we all know is one of the most important parts of your content. And so, how did you come up with that? Like, how did you really start messing around with that and found a viable use case for AI, but making it personal?
Yeah, so whenever I explore all the AI tools out there, first of all, you try them,
Hmm.
but then what's really important is that okay, this tool can be cool, but are you actually going to use it in your daily to like day-to-day activities? And with a lot of AI tools, let's say not ChatGPT, many times it's like you just forget about the AI tool and then you don't really find a practical case because it doesn't actually save you time, but maybe you waste time because maybe they're not perfect yet or they're new or whatever. When I came across this workflow of like basically the possibility of generating your own face, your own persona, your own body in any situation given a prompt, I'm like, okay, this can really be a game changer. So I started studying a lot. I started experimenting a lot with a lot of tools, a lot of workflows, a lot of ways to try to basically have that image not resulting like it's fake, not AI, because that's the most important part. And then it was like also on the other hand, because I have a YouTube channel, it takes just forever
Yeah.
to shoot your thumbnails, then edit your thumbnails, and just make them look good and in a short amount of time. And also for not too much money because I've been paying a designer between 20 to 80 to $150 even sometimes for a single thumbnail. And I was like, if there's a way to make this faster, better, and cheaper, then this is a game changer for a lot of people because I don't know how many millions and millions of YouTubers are out there, but this is a problem that everybody has.
Hmm.
And obviously, you can have a budget like Mr. Beast that you pay a designer, or I think I listened to a podcast the other day and he said like he has probably a dozen of designers, like a crazy number. They're like, wow, these are all full time on creating thumbnails for Mr. Beast. And what if there is a way to create that level of thumbnail, but just with AI? So at the end of weeks and months of exploring, I was achieving like unbelievably good results. And I'm like, wow, this is a game changer. So I want to teach as many people as I can how to do this because, first of all, it adds so much value to them. And with the price of basically one thumbnail from a designer, you're going to learn how to make unlimited amount of thumbnails for 3 cents per image and in any situation where you can do so many A/B tests in like no time. Because sometimes a designer charges you, let's say, $50 for a thumbnail. Let's stay conservative. If you want to do A/B test, then you need to multiply that 50 for 3, 4, 5
Hmm.
times. Whereas with AI, 3 cents per image. So you can create 100 A/B tests in very few seconds because that workflow generates 4 images every 12 seconds. It's an incredible amount of images. Plus, with a few tweaks that I show in the course, then you can make it look realistic. So let's say, I don't know, even 1 minute per image is still like a massive time and money saver. When I was using it for myself for YouTube videos, I was like, let's see if people actually see that this is AI and maybe the CTR is low. And I posted a couple of thumbnails made fully by AI with my face looking realistic, and they were all 1 to 10. Because for me, for example, one image, it was like ways to make money on Instagram or something like that. And then I generated me in a stack of cash, like basically a pool, a gigantic pool of cash, right? I don't know if I would have been able to create that one in Photoshop. With AI, it was incredibly realistic. And that was a 1 to 10 on YouTube. So I was like, okay, I'm onto something. Let's see if I can make a course and add value to people and at the same time, create a valuable product and just increase my personal brand and make money out of it. So this is kind of like the story behind it.
Yeah. When did you realize these images, this new workflow that you created, was there telling data? Like when you ran your first tests, like, oh, wow, like these are producing better results, or maybe it's still on par with the results that you're paying these designers. When was the first time you started to test these style of AI images?
It was through Instagram because obviously I'm lucky enough that I have a big audience. So for me,
Yep.
like the results that I get from tests, from asking those stories, they are relevant. They are statistically significant. And also I was sending some of the AI images to my mom and understanding whether she could see whether it was AI or not. And then many of the images, she was like, yeah, no, this is real. How did you do it? Like, nope, this is AI. And also another one was like, when I decided, okay, I'm going to do it, is that I posted a tech talk image of me speaking on the stage. And I was like, on my Instagram story, I was like, yeah, this is my lifelong dream, which actually is to do a tech talk. And then I was flooded with like, congratulations, this is amazing. I want to do it too. Like, how do you do blah, blah, blah on replies on stories, even like close friends that they know me, that they've met me, we talk and stuff like this. So I was like, okay. And that was fully AI generated, 100%. So from that moment on, I'm like, okay, this is 100% viable. I'm going to make a course and people will get an insane amount of value to learn this workflow.
So you've got the workflow for your thumbnails. You're launching a full AI avatar channel of yourself, right? So it's a clone of you. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Are you
correct.
going to hide the fact that it's AI, or are you going to be upfront and like, hey, this is AI Simone?
I don't know. I'll let you know about that.
I think
Yeah,
I
I'm not
think with
sure.
that response, I can probably guess where you're leaning right now. So
We'll see. Because I want to see the first reaction. We have I think 8 posts ready, but I want to wait until we have 10 to create a channel, and then we're gonna do one a day.
that's incredible, man. It's wild. I've got some friends who are in the payment processing space, and they were talking about they're being flooded with requests now for businesses that are generating AI girlfriends. And they're processing volumes, like the amount of money that they're generating with AI girlfriends is absolutely mind blowing. I'm excited
Wow.
about AI, and obviously, but we're deep into AI. We launched our own AI software for script writing and ad writing, which is really, really cool. But I haven't taken the leap where you are in terms of like full creative development of videos and images. And so that's really exciting to me. It's hard for me to wrap my brain around it as someone who doesn't do that type of video. I do video podcasts, etc. So it is exciting, but it makes my brain melt because it is moving so fast.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
fast. I mean,
crazy
it's like
fast.
GPT or OpenAI launched, version oh 01 of their model, and 9 days later they launched oh 03. Like that's the telltale sign of like how freaking fast this is developing. It's like they launched a new model within 9 days, a new improved model of the last model.
It's really crazy, but sometimes you just need to, step back and say it's okay, just let it run, but then at the same time do your daily, I don't know, just try to be not on top of it because it will be impossible, but do your own homework a little bit to try to stay as close as you can to the advancements. That's like what I say to myself daily. I'm scared because I'm like, I want to jump with this, but it's just too fast. I don't know what to look at, and I need to create content. I need to do this. I need to do that, and it's just, yeah, it's just so fast.
The speed is what's scary. Like it is what is scary because there's a couple elements that I've uncovered by myself that generate anxiety. Number one, fear of missing out. Just as an entrepreneur, as a creator, like we don't want to miss out on the next big wave or the next big opportunity. But I think we also have to take a step back. It's like we're not going to maybe we air quote miss out on an opportunity, but there are so many opportunities that present themselves with AI. It's like you kind of do have to stay in your own lane and like just with everything,
Yeah.
get really good at one of the things because nobody is keeping up with all of the trends. It's moving far too fast for humans to even play at
Yeah.
a comprehensive level. So that's how I'm trying to trying to think about it because it's so quick, man, but it is exciting. It is exciting. Last question for you, Simone, before we wrap up. Like, where do you see as the biggest opportunity kind of moving forward with everything we've kind of talked about? We got AI, we've got video production that you're an expert at. You're launching your own AI channel. Like, where do you see the next 12 months to 24 months as the biggest opportunity for any video creator?
I mean, we've talked about this already so much, but I think AI, it's here and is like, I think we're still early. So the next opportunity is to be ready to welcome what's to come and try to make it happen, for my opinion, for businesses. Because the difference is that us as creators, usually we work individually and we're quite fast. But businesses, I think they're so behind with AI, they're basically trying to catch up, right? So for me, I'm thinking how I can help businesses to catch up, especially with content creation, because that's what I specialize in. I think I'm decent at it. So I want to try to help businesses, let's say, come into this world of content creation in a bit more, let's say, more efficient way, and also integrating AI,
Yeah.
because I can go fast because I'm alone and I can change things on the spot. If I want to make a video today, I make a video today. But I don't think businesses are this fast. They are slower, but because it's normal, right? You have a lot of people, you need to go through approvals and like, so I can imagine that they probably have none of whatever I implemented until now in their systems. And I think that's like a big opportunity to kind of like target more, yeah, B2B, more businesses. And I'm going to try to go that way as well.
I want to echo that thought. I was having a conversation with my buddy yesterday. So Oracle, big software company, right? He's a sales rep for Oracle. And I asked him, and I've asked a few people this, but he's at the largest company. And I said, "Are you guys using AI yet?" And he goes, "No, not yet, but I'm sure it's coming." And so take that as a data point of, us as entrepreneurs, and we run our own, small businesses, we can be nimble. Like we are at the forefront. Like I'm talking about a company who just committed to a $500 billion for Project Stargate, which is a huge AI project, but their company's still not even really leveraging AI yet. So, yes, we are early. Yes, big companies move way slower than us, but they usually build much bigger ships. It's like we're on jet skis and we can kind of be nimble and fly around, but they usually will build the bigger ships that can go further and go longer, but it just takes time to build those ships.
And
I
let me
agree
let
with
me
you.
add to that, because I think yes, you're right with big companies, but what about smaller ones? Let's say
Mhm.
10, 15, 20 employees, where maybe there's only one manager that needs to, manage 10, 15 people. That I think they move quite slow, and that's where I think I can come in and help. I don't think I can come in and help Oracle, but maybe a small company of 10, 15, 20 people, I think is quite, could be very interesting for me, because I know that my dad, for example, has a small company in Italy. Before they used to be 15, now he changed a little bit, they separated, whatever, and now they're 5. And I can see that all of the 5 people inside, they're extremely practical and they need to follow clients. They don't have time to think about the development, but they're making profit. And I think they would be more than happy to have someone to help them making things faster and more efficient with AI. So
Correct.
that's, I think, where it might be pretty interesting to look at.
Agree 100%. It's that company that has an established product, but the owner is still the owner operator slash CEO wearing a
Yeah.
ton of hats, and they don't have the team or the time to learn AI, figure out a strategy, and deploy it. So I
Yeah.
agree 100%. You're looking at the small business owner that's probably 10 million or below in revenue that would be a good fit for something like that. So I love it, man. Agree 100%. Simone, is there anything that we kind of left out? I would love for you to kind of share some links, like where can people follow you, drop some links to some of your training programs, because you also have one on how to set up a home studio, which is really, really awesome. I think you said you set up the one that you're in right now for like under $12.
That's my second hero product, which is going to be something that I also want to take B2B, because we proved demand with individuals, and the response has been absolutely mental. We have over 450 people enrolled now in the past 4 months. So I'm super happy with the response. And because of that, I think I'm going to try to take it to the next level. And basically what I teach is try to create a 6 setup like the one that I have right now for quite cheap, and especially in your own room, because now I don't know if I can do that. But yeah, basically, I'm next to a bed. I'm in a temporary bedroom at a friend's place, and I needed to create a studio for my own content. So I just bought this. I don't even know what to call it. It's like something that you put outside in the garden.
Yep.
And this was, I think, nine euros, and then I just put it right there in the back. And then there's one plant with a bed lamp illuminating the plant, and then this is another small light that I bring with me. Let's say you can use a pocket light. This is a I don't even remember what light is that, but let's say like a Forza 60, which is like a $100 light that I always have with me, and then one single key light, and that's pretty much it. But it looks amazing, and most people would be paying to have like a studio like this. But at the end of the day, it's easy. You just need to know what to buy, how to position the light, how to position the camera, and that's it. So this is like what I do now, and I love it because I've been a digital nomad for a few years now, like moving around every time, and every time I need to build a new studio. So I think I built over 25 studios for myself in the past 2 years. It's something that not many people know how to do, and I was like, yeah, let's try to add value even in this way, and it's working. So I'm happy.
I'll echo the kind of like the market demand. So I have a couple buddies who are in similar niches. So one has like a podcast to go studio. So it's podcast in a box, and it's like $8,000, meaning it's a laptop, it's, a microphone, it's a light, a camera, and it all fits in this like little, carry-on box. It's really cool. And that thing took off like wildfire. I can't remember the exact name of it, Video Box or something along those lines. But like,
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, so there is immense demand for this. So I purchased a couple training programs when we set up our studio, and we paid $20,000 to set everything up, equipment and whatnot. And I made about 700 mistakes along the way. I built it during COVID, so like a lot of stuff was out of stock. So it was a hot mess, but it's worth it. I mean, like, it improves your brand so much. And so like I built this in 2020. I know so much stuff has evolved and changed since then, but it's a massive market.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for you. And I think you already are crushing it. You see the early market demand, like absolutely go full throttle at it, because the creator market is huge. Everybody wants to, I'll say everybody, but so many people want to be a creator. They want to know how to set up a professional looking studio, but also even professionals who are working remote, they want that professional setup too. So good for you, man. I'm really excited for you.
I'm super excited as well. Yeah.
Cool. So let's share some links. So where can people follow you? I know you are at spharaoh21.
Yeah, exactly. At Sphero21 on Instagram. I'm also on TikTok, but I don't care about TikTok, so don't even bother following there. And then yeah, you can find link in bio on my Instagram. Honestly, you can find both of my courses there, which are my hero products. So I would say just go on IG and hit that follow button and check out the link in bio. That's all.
Awesome. We'll make sure to include it in the show notes. We'll include it in the email subscription as well when we broadcast this out. That's spharaoh21. Follow him on Instagram and try and find his AI channel. That's his AI avatar channel that's coming out very, very soon. I'm excited to follow that. Simone, great to connect, my man, and we'll talk soon. I appreciate your time.
Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great day.